This is Mabu. Mabu is a robot. He is a yellow, creepy robot. However, he is interesting because he has animatronic eyes that move around and eyelids, as well as a neck and a full-on Android tablet inside. Mabu was a project of, I don't know, some startup. It's supposed to be some sort of like health coach. And so they wanted this little guy to give health advice and provide information on how to eat healthy and all that kind of stuff. These startups didn't end up selling too many of them. I think partly in part because this is a really creepy looking robot. Sorry to the designers here, but there's something about it that just gets us stuck in Uncanny Valley. But I'll show you. When the tablet boots up, I have plugged in just the 12-volt barrel jack that it came with. Here, I'll show that in a moment. But it has a few different features. You can see there's a camera. Maybe you can't, but there's a camera on this Android tablet, like many Android tablets have. And the idea is that Mabu can track. It can track your do like face detection and look at you as you walk across the room, which, you know, it's a neat feature, but also is quite creepy. What we can see here, this is a factory mode, kind of a debugging setup for when they're putting the Mabus together in the factory. You can see there's a lot of, it's both in English and Mandarin. So over here, there's a reliability test. And so you can pick, let's say, calibrate now. If you calibrate it now, it starts moving around each of the different robotic axes. Giving you that side eye. Whoop. Incredible. So each of these things we can change, do some number of cycles. So these are just individual actions. Clonk. Okay, well, there's that. I think assembly testing. Yeah, so we can do another test of the amazing eye features here. So on its own, it's not a particularly useful device. You know, no moral judgments here, but it just doesn't have a lot of features. So there's, as you can see, there's certain low-level robotics commands to like move the eyelids and all that kind of stuff. However, it's managed by, you can see here, I will, look at that, MAC address, and there. So, powered by Esper. Esper is an Android device management suite, and they have locked down the functionality of this Android device. The general idea being that once you, it's not a general purpose Android tablet that people can download apps to and people can use however they want. It's meant to be run in a kind of kiosk mode where it's a you essentially have one main app that runs as the overlay on top of everything, and you're not supposed to have access to the underlying operating system. This hasn't been provisioned with that yet. However, it has been provisioned with the management system on there. And so that device management system is how new over-the-air updates and all that kind of stuff were intended to be sent over here. So this has an option here. It says switch to admin mode. On a lot of these devices, I think password is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Super secure. But even in admin mode, so it's like, oh yeah, let's do a factory reset. Factory resets put it into factory reset Esper mode, and so it essentially soft bricks it where when the device reboots itself, you end up in a situation where it turns on the camera and it's looking for a QR code in order to scan it and then provision it with the latest software. And that comes with it all the QR code provides the authentication and allows it to connect to Wi-Fi and do all these sorts of things. However, because these devices were purchased secondhand, we don't have access to any of the Esper tool chain, any of the stuff. If you do end up doing a factory reset, you soft brick it. And so it is a bit of a pain to undo. As you can see, in the Esper settings, it says kiosk app. This says select app that should run in kiosk mode. We've only got a couple of these things here. But that's the idea, that your main interface for working with Mabu and putting your name in and reading all the health advice stuff that it tells you. That's set up through the Esper management system. Looking at, you can clear app data, all this kind of stuff. Has OpenCV on here so that it can do face tracking and head movement tracking. It doesn't have an app launcher, but it has, it'll show you the different tools here. Things that it starts up on boot. I think, what did I do here? I don't think Files comes with it automatically. But in its current state, what's kind of cool is they provide a browser somewhere in the system. There's no... Oh, additionally, so down here, back up, you can see there's a speaker grill. There's speakers in these, so it can talk to you. I don't know, I believe there are microphones in it, just because, it's an Android tablet, it's gonna have microphones. Some of them have batteries during some of the preliminary disassembly that we've seen. And the some of these have batteries, as we've seen in some of the preliminary disassembly, but not all of them. So it has the capabilities for that, but not a requirement. We can connect to wireless networks. And so what I can do here, oops, I don't want to connect to a smart plug. That's not helpful right now. Here. So we are at Hacker Dojo. Let's hop on to the Hacker Dojo free Wi-Fi. Okay, so we're connected to the Wi-Fi, and app info. I think because we can see the app info, apps and notifications, all 22 apps. It comes with Lightning, everybody's favorite browser app. We also have, we have Lightning or WebView Shell. By the way, just for the curious folks amongst you, browser app, opening links. How do I? So this is the home. Oh, there's only one home app. Oh yeah, open by default. Well, I'm trying to get to Lightning, but it's a bit challenging. Anyway, WebView Shell. Can we can't launch it from here. However, what I wanted to show next was over here in the system settings, a common way to get access to features or the low-level like debugging stuff on Android is via the Android debug bridge. And so in order to enable Android debug bridge, you have to enable USB debugging. And to do that, there's a process. So if you go over into the settings, we can see, first of all, this is Android 8.1. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh, and it popped up our browser here. So we'll go back in a second here. But you can see Android security patch level 2018. Yikes. Kernel version 4.4, also yikes. And if you tap the build number 100 times or 10 times or something like that, that enables developer mode. However, you can see all of this kind of functionality is locked down because of Esper. And so it says the only way to deactivate this functionality is by having the management tool system and authenticating and doing all this kind of stuff. And we don't have the ability to do that right now. However, as you can see here, so over in Lightning, we have a web browser. Unfortunately, I don't know why or how that popped up. Maybe by clicking that. Yes, okay. So there you go. We saw that clicking the, clicking in settings, if you click the Android security patch level, it will go to your selected browser app, and you can start navigating. So I think Lightning, I think this is based off of Chrome, but super old, probably super insecure, and we will use that to our advantage in trying to find vulnerabilities so that we can get our own custom code running on this thing. In the meantime, though, what a lot of people have been doing, so once we get into our browser window here, we can go to do a search for F-Droid. And F-Droid is an open source package manager. Doing a Google search, f-droid.org. And even though they lock down the security settings, Esper does, downloading F-Droid, we can download APK files, and we can install APK files, which is a very convenient thing. So we do have to go through some amount of rigmarole here, so it's got to download it. We'll watch that and hopefully use the power of editing magic to make this go faster. But while that's downloading, we can look for apps that might be interesting. So one thing is a file browser. All right, we've got a file manager here. So we can go ahead and install that once we get F-Droid installed. Another thing worth looking into, because the only like home app or whatever is the Esper management system, we can look for an app launcher. And that'll give us a little more flexibility when trying to interact with this device. So simple app launcher, there we go, easy icon management. So we'll go ahead and install this one as well once we finish downloading the APK. We'll see how it's going here. Blazingly fast. Hey, what do you know? All right, fdroid.apk. Oh, for security, we can't install unknown apps from this source, but we will allow it. Do I want to install? I do want to install. And we can open. So F-Droid also has to update its repositories, as you can see here. That's going to take some time. Oh man, it's hopping around 50%, 58%, 73%, 76, 80, 50, 63. Oh my gosh. Does it even know what is going on here? Come on. Oh, great. Saving the details now. So I guess it's extracting whatever compressed archive it had there. Now it's downloading an update. Okay. Update ready to install. We cannot, okay. Now we need to enable the unknown apps for F-Droid itself. Ah! Goofed. There. Did it work? There. And install. Okay. And we have updated F-Droid. So now when we go here, it's going to pop up with hopefully an apps list. Woo. F-Droid has crashed. Love to see it. I don't need to do anything there. Congratulations. All right, great. All right, we're back. Okay, so like I said, what's probably going to be a nice thing to download, get your Bible apps, maybe even your email. But if we can go to search, I wanted to find simple launcher. Right, was that what it was? T4 launcher, had a different name. If I recall, simple app launcher. So, I don't want T4 launcher right at this moment. I want the other one. Simple app. Maybe simple app launcher is not compatible. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. All right, install it. And we have no visible apps. But we can put whatever we want in there. Like F-Droid and files and gallery and lightning and settings, video and web view, OpenCV. You know what? Everything. Let's just put everything on here. Let's just do that. Even Esper device management. Boop. All right. So we can see everything here, and we can navigate and open things and check stuff out. So, this is kind of cool. APK installer. We can install APKs. Can we launch, export, uninstall? What if? Can I uninstall you? Replace this app with the factory version. Oh, okay. Great. What does it say? You can't uninstall an active device admin app. Sad. Worth a shot. Okay. We can exit. Go back. And what I would like to see now in my settings, if I go back, I'm going to go to my apps, And I want to see my defaults. Defaults, my home app. Aw. Well, maybe not app launcher, but that's okay. Okay. So as we can see, we are in a very locked down environment, but we can still install apps. And so we can install apps and we have browser access. And so we're also working with a very old version of Android and an old kernel. And so these are features that hopefully will allow us a software-based approach to jailbreaking and like getting extra functionality on the Mabu itself. Something that we have figured out. We'll do a teardown in a moment. The tablet is a very common reference implementation of a rock chip. What is it? RK3288, something like that. And as we'll see in the teardown, there's a lot of really useful signals that are broken out from the tablet to a big thick header. And this header connects to a wiring harness that connects the tablet to the head and to the other like printed circuit boards inside of the system itself. And so this has been a more or less non-invasive approach to working with the Mabu and doing stuff with it in its current lockdown form. So we're looking to see, beyond, getting access to APKs and web browsers and all these sorts of things. We want to see, are there rooting apps on here? Root, I don't know, perhaps some sort of APK downloaded from a sketchy website or GitHub would help us root this thing. But because the tablet is it's a very common reference implementation, and we have access to the low-level hardware and some of the communication interfaces for it. It's possible to get the underlying system file partitions or like the memory partitions that boot this device. And with that, we would like to be able to build our own more updated version of Android and flash that device or flash each of these devices with that newer version that isn't locked down and that has the ability to perform all these functions. So we're going to pause for a moment and then start the teardown, and we can see what makes Mabu tick and what the different boards are inside, their functions, how they all connect together, and how to put this thing into a state where we can hack it.